Hey, Coach. Looking at Anthony Briton, obviously he's one of the guys that played a lot for you guys last year. Just how have you seen him just kind of develop and the wheels turning for him after getting all that experience he was kind of thrust into last season?
Yeah, first thing I think is, Anthony had a really, really good offseason. Just all those guys. I think, this is the biggest and strongest we've been since I've been here, and that's a testament to Coach Smo and his staff. Anthony is a very unique individual. He's super calm. He doesn't get rattled. He knows how to process, and he's getting better and better every day. Just learning the game fundamentally. Kind of, growing to that level two player. I always say is knowing kind of what the offenses are trying to do to you now, allow you to play faster. So I think Anthony has a chance to be a special player, while he's here. He's big, he moves well for his size, and he's really strong, and he has a really good personality, and I'm glad he's in our room.
And then towards the end of last season, y'all started experimenting a lot more with like those speed packages, kind of moving some guys interior and kind of getting your best pass rushers out there. Is the spring kind of more time to kind of maybe experiment more with that and see now with all this new personnel you have, like kind of what you have?
Yeah, I think the spring is a time, just like you said, for identifying. We'll get a chance to identify, what these guys do, their strengths, and Coach Rudd to do the best job that he can to put them in the best possible situations and positions they can be to be successful. If that's speed package, if it's not, just we'll get a chance to identify these guys over the course of these next couple practices here, and you see what we got going in the fall camp. But I'm really excited about the group moving forward.
To follow up on the pass rush stuff, when you look back at last season, were there any commonalities in times you guys wanted to get to the quarterback more but couldn't? How would you kind of sum up the pass rush stuff last season and what you guys saw?
Yeah, took a deep dive into the self scout. I think number one, the key thing is finish. I thought we were back there a lot more than we were the previous year. Now trying to find a way to finish and get him on the ground, and then just continue to grow as coaches and players our skill sets to help these guys become better at it. And I think we're off to a good start. We'll continue to work on it as we go, but just like I've said, every time I've talked about it is the way to be a better pass rusher is if you better versus the run. And you get people in longer distance situations. Third and three, third and four is pretty hard. They go sack the quarterback because those guys are going to get it out their hand pretty fast. But if you can get them in those third and longer situations with longer developing routes, you get those guys time for the rush to work. So everything we do, especially on the inside, is always going to start with stopping the run. And then as we go, we'll have a better opportunity to go be more productive as a pass rusher. But I think just the big thing is just be a better finishing group as we get back there and do it with more violence.
Are there drills you can put into play during spring that focus on the finishing aspect and things like that aside from just working the hand stuff that we get to see you when we get to see the small open portion of practice? What are some of the drills that you guys are doing to help?
Yeah, we do a lot of finishing drills. It's all about finishing, and just as we do, you don't do those things on bodies, of course, because you want to keep the guys healthy, but you do those things on bags and bags. You got to move the bags, and you do them. Sometimes I go home beat up a little bit with some bruises, me moving around a little bit. Not as fast as some of the guys we see, of course, but just do it as much as you can. And always have a finish aspect of every drill you do, so guys can just get in mind that the job's not done till the quarterback's on the ground.
Thank you.
Sishan John is a very big human. Seeing him in person when I went for the first practice, what's your initial impression of him as he gets assimilated to college football?
What a great kid. I love coaching him. He's super strong. Um, he has a chance to be one of the strongest players before he leave here ever. I think just he's really really strong. Like when he was in the weight room, our guys would sit around just watch him like eyes get big. So he came from a really good high school. He's going to be a really good player before he leaves here. And I'm really excited about him. He moves really well for to be 300 plus pounds, and he's powerful. And he's further along than I initially thought he would be. Just getting in here, he's a good learner, quick learner. And he's a great kid. Comes from a great family, and that kid works his butt off. So the good thing for me And the great thing for Sishan is he gets to see Jameer Carter every day. And that's going to be a big plus for him.
Terrell Jones, is he with you guys on the interior now?
Yeah, right now Terrell is with me, and he's doing a good job. After we did some self-scout evaluation, when we looked, a lot of his plays came from on the interior, and we'll do some things, some package things, because he was a productive player for us. So he'll be a kid as long as he continues to progress like he is. You'll see him in the fall, and we're excited about him. Terrell offers a lot of athleticism, and he's gotten stronger. His body, you can tell. So I'm excited to see how it goes for him. But right now he is in there with me, and I think his quickness on guards can help us a lot.
Gotcha.
And also with Hunter, I'm guessing the plan right now is to keep him inside, but does he have that flexibility, maybe like a Ben Smiley did?
Well, the plan is to keep him inside. Hunter's 300 pounds, so we're excited about that. He's a powerful kid. He's really, really smart. He's been coached well. So I'm excited about him. He works hard. It means a lot to him. He's a low rep kid where he picks up things pretty fast. So right now the plan is to keep him inside. You have to ask the Wizard, Coach Rudd, as we move forward, some of those things, package things, but just that's the plan right now. I mean, the kid's 300 pounds and he's strong and moves well. Got some twitch for a 300-pounder, so we're excited about him.
Is that up from when he was at Alabama? Because I don't know if he weighed that much.
Yeah, he's it's a little up from when he first got here. Like I said, Coach Smo has done a phenomenal job. It's the biggest that we've been since I've been here. Like, when you think about it, this fall we'll have 5 300-pound kids. So that's exciting for me.
That's something you guys targeted specifically with the portal. Like Holmes is a big dude too. You've obviously got Jameer. When you guys were going through your portal needs, was that something you guys felt like maybe even after playing Notre Dame and SMU, Clemson, like you had to get bigger up front?
Well, it's just the nature of the position. If you play interior D-line, I tell the guys all the time, it's grown man football. You got to be big in there. You got to be sturdy because a lot of times those guys are taking on 600 pounds when you talk about combo blocks and double teams and forehands and all those things. So, you just simple math, 600 is a lot. It's a lot heavier than 250 and 260. So, right. So we like to be 300 if we can, but we want to be athletic. Those guys have worked their butt off, and the nutrition has been really, really good. Been huge for us, huge. I can't overemphasize how big the nutrition has been, and allow guys to develop and get bigger, and be able to compete in there.
And just a big picture question for you with the portal stuff. It seems like you guys kind of figured out a method and a order and how to do it with Sparrows and Tyler Jones and Coach Elliott. What was it like, just from your perspective of everything that happened over December into January as you were recruiting the portal and trying to add players to the roster?
I tell you what, it's fast. I tell you that. Justin Spiros, like you said, and Tyler and Coach Elliott did a phenomenal job. And for me, it was the names as they went in, and I watched them, and Spiros and myself and the defensive staff, we watch them, we rank them, and we went from there. So the nuts and bolts of it, it'll probably be a better question for Justin, and I would talk to the kid, and and then they would be here on grounds, and we'd get a chance to show them around the place. And it's still about, even though it's transfer portal, these kids still want to be in an environment where they feel, number one, that they're going to get coached, but they're going to be loved on as well. So I think the culture that Coach Elliott has built is very attractive to guys in the portal. And they get here and see. Now, it's not only do you get a top 5 education in the country, because I think these kids that we got, like, that degree still means something to them. That was something that they talked about. And they come here in this culture, they see the new building that we got, where we're going, and I think all arrows are up, as we go. And those guys get a chance to come down and hang around our players and get around our staff. And, for them, it's a good match. And that's how it was. So really good organizational structure-wise by Spiros in this department. But, for me, it was just getting around them and just letting them see who I am, me seeing who they are, and and the fit was the fit, and we took off from there.
Thank you.
One more question. You talked about Jameer Carter and how long he's been with the program, but Cam Butler is back again for 1 year as a grad assistant. How nice is seeing him there? He seemed very involved in coaching when we were there, very outspoken, very technical with them. How nice is having him there?
It's been good. Anytime that those guys see a living, breathing example of someone they know that did it and went through it with them, and I think it's good. He has a relationship with a lot of those guys, which is good. He's been in the battles with a lot of those guys, which is good, so he understands it. It's good for me to run things by him because now as a grad assistant coach, I can say, hey, how'd you like that drill? As a player, he may be like, as a grad assistant coach, he could be like, coach, may could have been a little, so it's good to bounce some things off of him, and I think our players have a really good sounding board with him because they trust him. And he's doing a phenomenal job. He's going to be a really, really good coach. He'll be in his profession as long as he wants to, I think.